Hey everyone, in this video we're going to talk about why network engineers who don't learn automation will be replaced. So first of all, the industry reality check, right? Salary differences, So a traditional network engineers with CLI skill sets might earn about 8 to 12 lakhs per annum. But once you add Ansible, once you add Python, or once you add tools like Terraform to your CV, then you're looking at about 15 to 25 lakhs per annum, or even more than that. So that's almost double, right? And that makes a difference. Then market demand trends. So the hiring managers today, they post 3 times as many roles for automation skilled engineers compared to pure CLI experts. And companies want to automate repetitive work, right? They want to reduce the human error and they want to speed up the rollouts. So that is something which can be achieved with automation. Then cost saving for organizations. So automations reduces the mean time, the total time to configure your infrastructure by up to 60 or 80%. So it cuts down the troubleshooting cycles in half and it avoids the expensive downtime. And the organization's CFOs, right, chief financial officers, they definitely notice these figures. So if you're the reason that your organization is able to achieve these figures, then you're the one who's going to get benefited about it, right? And then the impact on your career that brings. So if you stay stuck in manual mode, right, then promotions and pay rises will bypass you, right? And automation is the ticket to the next level of your job.
If you enjoyed the content of the video, don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to our channel.
The second thing that you should consider about it is the automation skill gap, right? So the core automation skills are missing. Many engineers know device syntax, but they lack the scripting fundamentals. Things like Python loops, conditions, or even in other programming languages, right? Loops, conditions, and working with APIs. Without these, you can't really stitch workflows together. So whenever you think about building an entire workflow automation for your network infrastructure, you need to know about these skills. The tool awareness versus the tool mastery. So knowing that there is Ansible, right, is one thing. And writing the Ansible playbooks, handling the idempotency, right, and custom modules is another thing. If you know how to build an Ansible playbook that actually can communicate with your network infrastructure, apart from just knowing that Ansible is one of the tools that can help you achieve automation, right? There's a difference. So mastery comes from real projects, right? Not just YouTube snippets. And then organizational barriers. So teams, they often have tool sprawl. So one branch uses Ansible, the other side of the same organization or another team sitting in maybe, so one team sitting in Bangalore, they're using Ansible. Another team sitting in London or Dubai or even Delhi, they use some other tool. That can be a problem, right? So in such scenarios, without standardized approach, you would not really be able to achieve automation at a bigger level, right? So you need to focus on this. You also need the design thinking, right? Breaking down a manual task into steps, then testing that, and then doing peer reviews, right? And then documenting that particular thing. It's not just coding, right? It's the engineering discipline. Whenever there is any task that your organization is doing, or which is in a traditional way, for example, taking backups of network devices, and now you try to find out the problems that you're having in the traditional way. Let's say there are 500 devices, and every week or every month there is a backup activity that gets conducted in your organization. Now every device takes about 2 to 4 minutes for the backup to happen, and then this way it takes a lot of time for the entire infrastructure to be backed up. So you start thinking, how can we bring this particular time down? And automation comes to your rescue. So you need to know what exactly is the tool that I can use, how exactly we can achieve this. For example, using the Python, you can either connect to each device one by one, right? That's also automation. And if you know Python in a better way, you would know that there is something called multi-threading, right? So, or concurrent connection. So you can connect with multiple devices in one go. So imagine that you're connecting with 500 devices one by one simultaneously. And then there is another script which you have created, or there is a team member who have created a script that also uses Python, connects to network devices concurrently, right? Like 10 devices connected at one time and they're being backed up. So the significant time that you will save over there, it increases a lot. And that adds value to your decision makers. So you need to see that particular gap, right? And the consequences of the gap, the skill gap that you may have. So the vacant automation roles, they stay open 30% longer, right? If you can't fill that particular gap, someone else will. So maybe even someone with less networking background but stronger coding chops, right? That can replace you also. So it's time to get familiar with automation. The third point that I'd like to highlight over here is the career transformation stories, right? So if you look at a lot of, now I have been, for example, delivering trainings around DevNet, around network automation space for about 6 relevant years, right? There are many success stories that I have. One of the student, Ravi, was configuring BGP sessions, by hand. Now, after 6 weeks of our Python and Ansible training, Python and Ansible bootcamp, he built a tool that automated his entire BGP workflow. What's the result? He got promoted to senior automation engineer, right? If you took another example, from break fix to, I would say, productive automation. So I had a student named Priya, and she spent half a day troubleshooting the link failures. So she learned to integrate SNMP polling into an Ansible playbook, and now she catches the issues before the users really notice it, right? And of course, her boss loves it. Another example, if I say, was about, I think, the cloud network engineer evolution. So I had a student named Amit. He was focused on MPLS and WAN routes or WAN routers. So post our training, he shared with me in a message that he's now spinning up the SD-WAN instances in an AWS with Terraform. So that saves a lot of, that saves a lot of money, and that saves a lot of manual labor for the organization. So such kind of transformation, it gives you identity, it adds your value in the organization, and it definitely helps you with monetary as well as the status benefits. And these benefits, of course, matters. They are one of your driving factors while you're doing that particular job, right? So there are many such stories that I have, right? There are success stories which you can watch about us, which you can watch about our trainings on our Google page, right? I'd likely invite you to join one of our trainings if you're looking forward to upskill your knowledge about automation. So if you're looking for an action plan while learning automation, I would suggest you a few steps. Step one is to learn a scripting language. Start with Python, basic syntax, libraries like NetMiko or Narnir, right? Spend 1 or 2 weeks on the fundamentals. Step two would be to pick up an automation framework, right? Choose Ansible or Terraform, right? Build simple playbooks and modules to configure interfaces, VLANs, routing protocols, and so on. Step three would be to learn to integrate with real devices, right? So use your lab infrastructure like EVNG on your lab, right? Practice pushing configurations via APIs, test the rollbacks, and document everything. Step four would be the version control and CI/CD. So host your automation code in a Git repository, right? Push that particular Git repository to a cloud hosted platform like GitLab. Set up pipelines, right? Like GitLab, CI/CD, or Jenkins using GitHub. To validate the to validate and deploy the changes automatically. And step five would be your continuous learning approach. So join communities, for example, developer.cisco.com website, DevNet platform, Net DevOps platform, attend webinars, I would say read blogs. Automation is of course evolving. And if you want to follow a structured approach, you can of course sign up for DevNet certification trainings, which PyNet Labs do provide, right? We do provide trainings from associate level to all the way to the expert level. And we also have customized courses like Terraform and Ansible for network engineers, DevOps for network engineers, AI and ML for network engineers. These are custom curated, tailored courses which helps you to master a specific tool that is maybe getting used in your organization so that you can add more value in your team, right? So yeah, try these things and then it's definitely gonna help you do better in your job. That was all that we wanted to talk about. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.